and the chair hit me smack dab right there. Right there in the kisser. Hi, guys.
Oh my God, that sounds like one of those things that would like make your eyes water up and your nose burn.
I thought I broke, at first I thought I broke my nose because I heard it go, and I was like, and it hurt so bad. And then I touched and my nose was, I said, it's probably going to give me a black eye right here.
Oh yeah. Oh my God.
Let's pretend I have plastic surgery.
Well, let's reframe. How do the decorations look?
Oh, so good. So good.
Is it worth it?
Yes, it is. You know what? It actually hurt, like that moment I saw stars, but after that it didn't hurt. Except when I go like this, then it hurts a little bit. What are you going to do? What are you going to do?
Yeah. Ice? Have you iced it?
Not yet. We actually just got back from the kitty shelter, so we couldn't go yesterday.
Yeah.
So we went today, and we're just loving up on the kitties.
Oh, very good. Very good. Well, shout out, Chumpets. Welcome back to Jeff Lewis Obsessed, where we recap Jeff Lewis live every weeknight at 6 o'clock California time. I'm Sarah in Texas.
I'm Kelly in California.
Yes. How was everyone's Thanksgiving? Any family drama?
Yeah.
Do we think Jeff and Stu made it out okay?
I have no idea. I would love to know if Tom and Claudia ended up going to Greg's because of Carrie and Jeff being there. I don't know how you know that, though.
So we do think they have a relationship, right? Greg and Tom and...
Well, I mean, Jeff said that he has a strained relationship with all of his kids, but it sounds like Tom on his own goes and spends time with them, or at least Greg. They've gone out to dinner together.
Okay. Yeah. I'm curious. I don't know. We just don't know much about that. So it'd be
I wonder if Carrie, because Todd seems to get along with Greg. I wonder if Carrie gets along with Greg and his wife.
Oh, I almost think she doesn't. I don't know.
Yeah, because why wouldn't they
invite him over? I get the impression that Jeff, at least, okay, is this a bad term to use? White trash? Do you get that impression that he feels like they're like trashy, Greg and his wife?
Not
or at least the wife is?
I get the impression that he thinks she doesn't have good motives.
Oh, that she's like conniving, trying to get the grandmother's money and that type of stuff? Yeah.
Right. Was Monroe with Jeff? I don't know. I don't think so, because I don't remember him talking about Monroe being there.
I think she was, because I think Stu gave something away on his subscription video about some time they were spending together yesterday volunteering.
Oh, at Project Angel? But Jeff wasn't with him.
Yeah. Jeff was going to be there with Monroe and like walk her through and like do like age appropriate stuff.
Oh, okay. I'm not sure if he actually went or not. Okay. Well, that would have been nice for her to do, though.
Or that was the plan.
Yeah. I think that's the plan.
Oh, may not have happened. I don't know. Well, let's talk about the pre-recorded that felt like a live recording. Not really. Jeff and his prank. So Wednesday after the other show, they taped Tori Spelling and Megan for today. And of course, Jeff comes out asking them all these Thanksgiving questions. And I saw the video. Did you see the video on Jeff's clips? They really played it off well. They didn't even flinch.
They didn't. Remember, what I thought was weird is Sirius put up that video Wednesday night.
Yeah.
Instead of waiting. So if you were cheating, you couldn't have gone and looked at it before. But
I cheated.
Me too.
I was like, I'm not cooking. I'm going to go ahead and cheat.
The one thing I did notice, I really like Tori's makeup. I don't know, like in the video, she had really pretty makeup on. I think she had kind of a reddish maroon shirt, right? Or something.
I remember a thing.
It was a really good color. I liked her hair. There were a couple pictures in the past where they were trying to like yassify her to look like Chloe, and she looked like Tori, and I loved the way her makeup was done. That's all.
So I did look at the Instagram comments under Jeff Lewis's coffee picture, kind of tearing Tori apart. Which
Could you imagine?
Is a perspective, well, about her looks also, saying that the videos are on the Sirius app called under Jeff Lewis Clips. It's
Yes.
different than the clips. They're like 15 minutes nowadays. It's
Yeah.
different than what Kian puts together for like the 1 minute clip that he does on Jeff's Instagram and social media and TikTok. They were kind of tearing Tori apart for getting too much work done. I thought she looked good. Her lips are
No.
big. I didn't think she was overly puffy like the
No.
Kardashian look. I thought she looked great. They did not talk about Dean at all. So
They didn't.
I'm wondering, and they brought up the holiday picture, but he didn't ask about Dean at all.
I think she probably told him, hands off, don't talk about that. You know what I mean? Because he normally does, and and he didn't. And I mean, she never really gives anything away when he asked anyway. So
yeah, I'm just curious. You know, just like the comments that were made, she said this last time. I am starting to feel, and I hate to say this, but I am starting to feel like with each guest that he has, he kind of regurgitates the same story from the past time. And I feel like all of his listeners like us listen every show. And if they don't, Tough Titty said the kitty, they need, like, we want new information.
tough what?
Tough Titty said the kitty.
Oh my God, I've never heard that. So
like
what
your loss, my gain. But I mean, like he brought up with them, like with Patrick and Pohl, he brought up the hit and run. I'm like, okay, that happened a long time ago. Let's not rehash that. With this thing, he brought up with Tori about the my brain just went blank. The credit card ordeal, the debit card scam that she got into.
But don't you feel like he was, for same with Pohl and Patrick, he's asking for an update? I don't think he necessarily wants to rehash the whole story, although maybe sometimes he does he thinks he has to catch listeners up. But with Tori, a lot more happened after the credit card thing that we didn't know. We didn't know that person charged $16,000 worth of fraud. Pohl and Patrick, I think he wanted to follow up to see if any criminal charges had happened.
Oh, okay. We did learn. I mean, we do learn a little bit more because we did learn that Patrick goes to therapy, physical therapy, once a day for 2 hours a day. So that we did, but I'm just saying, right? I was kind of like a news. I don't want an update. I kind of want a news story, something else that's going on with them. But one thing that the commenters, listeners, filled me in on this side of things, I never really thought about. I kind of feel bad for Tori. I don't know why. Because I'm such a financially responsible person. I feel like she's had life pretty easy. I mean, her dad was,
that's why though.
Mom's still alive,
But that's why she doesn't know how to use money. She never had to worry about money. It's just like the Kardashians, just stuff is there. And she doesn't really understand, like she never had a checking account. I think she's just very sheltered. And I think like she always, so if you grow up with that crazy amount of wealth where your dad is spoiling you, and then you grow up and you have your own family, I think that kind of never leaves you. And I think that's one of the reasons she has so much debt. She's never learned to not spend the way she did her dad might have younger.
Yeah, maybe that does make sense. Because she's very clear that she cannot get a credit card. It's not that she doesn't have one. She cannot get a credit card.
Well, that was my question. For somebody that, I don't know what her financial thing is and how much she gets from MTV, but if somebody like stole $16,000 from me, that would make a huge like dent in my budget. So I'm like, well, how much money do you have? Or is it all credit and you just don't know that 16 freaking thousand? You know what's funny about this?
She didn't even notice it. She didn't even know. I didn't think she ever checks her bank account.
Exactly. Those scams though, they always say that at first they start off small, like $5 here, and then load up your gas tank. And then they're just seeing if you're going to catch on. And then
and then they exploded and went to all these expensive stores.
Louis
and
Vuitton.
Then got a $300 vaginal wash. Wow. And Megan was like, couldn't she have just done like a over the counter,
And I grew up realizing my mom taught us your vagina will clean itself. You don't have to put anything in there.
Never done a douche.
Me neither. Leave your vag alone.
Jeff does check his bank account daily.
Yes, he does.
So one thing that's brought up though, the commenters made me realize is it's true. If she would have told the bank right away that there was a problem, she would have went through the hassle. Yes, her debit card is attached to everything else automatically, just like everyone else in the world. But all those future charges would not have been charged. And now this criminal is going to get away with that. The bank's going to redeposit that money back into her account.
Maybe
and she
not,
really should have fixed it to begin with. She really should have told him about the fraud when she knew about it, because she did know. It's one thing if she didn't know about it, but she did know. She just didn't want to hassle with it.
And that's why I think, like, especially going on the radio and talking about it, not that the credit card company would listen, but if I was a
well, it's not even a credit card company. It's her it's her bank card.
Yeah. So the bank
to me is different, because a credit card is very easy. They will wipe away any debt from theft. Right. Debit is different. That's
and
your
then
bank.
You're admitting, that you knew fraud was happening, and then it ballooned into $16,000. Yeah, that you know what? I've been in her situation. I don't have credit cards. I have my debit card, and I told you it was a U.S. Post Office thing. Like around the same time, Tori did her scam, and I got scammed. So they shut down my debit card, and then I didn't have anything. So I kind of understand why she didn't want to.
Right.
However, still, no.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know when she ended up telling them. It sounds like they just kept going and kept going and kept going. I mean, I don't know.
I remember she's like, well, I had some Halloween costumes coming, and I was like, oh gosh. But that shows just how financially unstable she is, that she only has one credit. You know what I mean? Like I said, I always remember that Dean and Tori show that they had, and and they would show these rooms just packed to the gills with clothes and stuff, and I was just like,
her storage units.
Yes. Not
well, one thing I got from all of her shows is that they've never, I don't know if they ever have, but she never owns a house. They consistently rent. They just go from one house to another renting. They move a lot.
And that's what I was going to say. I've noticed a lot of people, especially in reality TV, they don't own their homes. I remember, like, that was the big storyline on OC Real Housewives, how Gina was the only one that actually owned her home. It was small, but at least she owned it. Shannon rents her home. I don't remember if Emily, but they all rent.
Kelly was renting at home until she married Rick. Yeah. And that I more understand, because she was in between marriages. So you might not know where you want to live, how, I don't know. You know what I mean? Anyway.
So much money to throw away.
Yeah. But it just seems, I mean, I don't know. Like you said, we don't know her finances. But let's suffice to say, even without any of her mother's help, which I think she's made it very clear, hasn't she, that her mom pays her kids' private school tuition?
Oh, I didn't think she was
true. Has she said that?
And I don't know if she ever talked about if her mom helps. She gave us, I was left with the impression she doesn't do anything. But
I don't know why.
Maybe
I think that's from one of the shows. I feel like she said that, but that could have been.
I hope so, because I think that was such a shitty thing. Like when her dad died, and I don't know what happened with the mom and Tori, but I'm sure her dad wanted her to be comfortable and to have money and to not maybe live a lifestyle that she did before. But once her dad died, it seems like the mom just took over everything and was like, no, Tori, you don't have to get anything.
Well, and I think I remember that he left her with $800,000, which, don't get me wrong, that's a lot, but that's nothing in his.
Right.
I mean, they only have 2 kids. So anyways, it's a lot. It just seems like, and I don't think Dean's any better. Like, even though he's a little bit older than her and was married before, I don't like him. He knows money either, right? Or why wouldn't he step in? Like, my husband and I both know about money and situations like that. We would both know what to do in the case of a scam like that. But I feel like, why didn't anyone else in her life step in and say, you gotta, like, this is what you need to do?
I think she only has really close relationships with, like, well, and you think about it, it's her kids. I don't think Dean's there all the time. However they try to portray it, I don't think he lives in the house, to be honest. And I would almost
Is he working though? We don't even know.
He was before, because she said he would spend 6 months in Canada. But last time we heard, the last time she was on, she talked about how she has like 4 kids in her bed.
Oh, that's right.
He couldn't
even pay the child support from the oldest
because he has another child. I think that child's like in their 20s now.
Oh, yeah. He's got to be much older. Yeah.
Yeah.
She needed Jeff to advise her back then. Too bad they weren't friends then. Exactly. Megan, though, I love that she talked about that her side of the family, they were going to celebrate yesterday their 150th Thanksgiving. That's so cool that she even knows that family history. I know there's people on both sides of Brian's family and mine that have done extensive family history, but I don't know 150 years of the family spending Thanksgiving together. Like, I don't even know, because every family gets split off every time you get married. So it becomes this big tree web of, so, but she said it was the 150th Weber Thanksgiving, which sounded really cool. Why are my notifications coming on? I do not know. I've got my thing on Do Not Disturb.
I feel like she made that up. I don't think that was true. I feel like she made it up, like, because she was trying to like stick with a theme of like, no, we're not pre-recording.
Oh, right.
And she was like 150 years.
Yeah, and then he said, a 14-year-old kid told, I don't know what that said. I don't know how that happened. 14-year-old kid told her she was being, oh yeah, her kid told her that she was being scammed.
It was funny when I was in the car right now, because I was listening just to refresh myself, and Tyler goes, oh. And I said, what? And she goes, you can tell she's an old person and that she would get scammed.
Tyler? Tyler
about
said that about Tori spelling?
Yeah, she goes, everybody gets those. Everybody knows not to click on that. And I was like, she goes, and this proves that some people do get scammed. And I was like, oh yeah.
But I mean, to give your social security number, that was a
lot.
Well,
again, the shelteredness, yeah, that you wouldn't be.
I would just think if I were, I would more think that she had like a person to do that stuff, that it was worth it for her to spend the money on an accountant to do it. Like for me, I've never done my own taxes because financially we come out better me paying Our Lady in Houston to do our taxes. We get more of a refund than we do if I were to ever even try to do that. And also I would never trust myself. I don't think
she has the budget to hire anybody.
She doesn't have enough money?
No, she doesn't have. She has 5 kids. She does everything from what I understood. I've never heard of a nanny. I don't know about a housekeeper, maybe possibly, but I don't think she has money to spend on that stuff.
I don't know where it goes then. TV pays a lot of money. Where does her money go?
Well, rent alone. So if I was going to rent a 2-bedroom apartment in LA right now, it would probably go for $4,000 a month. So I'm assuming for like a 5-bedroom house or whatever, and especially in some fancy neighborhood, like 10 to 12,000.
Yeah. Wow.
I mean, how much could she get from MTV? I don't think it's like over. I know. $100,000.
What's the show called? Love at First Lie. I've seen it advertised on her Instagram. I've never watched it. I don't even know what channel MTV is on anymore on my DirecTV.
I don't know either.
Who watches MTV? I
really like Tori though. I wish people would give her another show. I think
she is a hustler. That is one thing about Tori Spelling. She's a hustler and she is always willing to work. Do we think she's living beyond her means?
Yes.
Yeah. Yes. Sadly, I do. I think if you're in a situation where you don't have more than one debit card to whatever, at her age and 5 children and she's married, she was born wealthy. Mm-hmm. She's worked in a high-paying
Thanks, Kim.
career her whole life.
Kim's given us the MTV thing.
Yeah, I don't have Xfinity though. She's worked in a high-paying career her whole life. I mean, there's no excuse to me for her not being in a better financial situation unless she's living beyond her means. And I think LA.
Yeah. Absolutely. And plus, if you're Tori Spelling, you have this quote unquote image to keep up. It's not like you're going to really move to Anaheim and get a 5-bedroom. You know what I mean? So she has all of that. But I will say that she's very creative. I love when she throws parties. She does. I wish there was a show about her doing that. Like,
decorating? Yes. She had one and it was called like Do It Yourself Tori or something like that. Something like that. She's had lots of shows. They just haven't, made it the whole time. But one thing about her, like we said, is she is really a hustler. She really does work. 5 kids are very expensive, but
tell us.
Very. But she's in the entertainment business. I mean, one thing about her though, just like Jeff brought up the whole Universal Private Studio VIP tour. Yeah. She got that shit paid for because she did it as an ad promo. She was appalled that he paid for it. Yeah. I don't think she pays for much. She does ads for a lot of stuff if you check out her Instagram.
That's why I don't think she knows how to handle money, because she's constantly getting things for free or I'll advertise for it.
A trade out or whatever they call it in the business, a trade. Yes. Like, you give me my threads. Like she was saying, she's had threads done by several people. So she made that very clear. So don't assume I'm talking about you when I tell this story. In other words, she's not gonna cut off a situation and be like, I'm saying that they, put this anklet in my chin.
Oh my God, that thing you posted about it.
I had no idea it was that graphic to do threads. I'm kind of shocked Jeff did it.
I don't think he did.
He's a wussy when it comes to pain, he said.
I don't think he did do it. I think he's talking about it, but I don't think he's done it yet. Because have you noticed a visible change? Here's the thing.
And I would think just the video I posted, I would think you would have a little bit of I don't think you would have a stitch, but I think you'd have a little Band-Aid over wherever you got it done every once in a while. I don't know.
Right. And I'm not trying to insult Jeff, but when you're older, like this skin, it starts to hang a little more. So I can pull the muscles back, but that doesn't necessarily mean the skin's not. I think the best place for threads is right here in the eyes because it pulls it back in a cat eye. Other than that, to me, it sounds crazy. Jaclyn Hill, she's a makeup artist. She did it and she got threads right here and she complained how bad it hurt, And she couldn't stand it. She couldn't put on her makeup. And then one day she heard it snap. And then, so I'm just like, no.
It's supposed to dissolve in you though, eventually. That's so weird to me.
But the way but here's my thing also, like, so if you're pulling back your, whatever with the threads, at some point.
The video was so gross.
I know. At some point though, that stretches it out more. So,
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I remember when I was younger, my mom would say.
Like a temporary fix?
Yes, temporary fix. You're just making it worse. Mm. But I always noticed that. I remember Lady Gaga came out right before the movie, whatever the Shallow song is from. And she had her eyes. I was like, what is wrong with her face? Oh, look at Marty said her sister passed out. Wow. Very expensive, very temporary. Thank you, Valerie.
Yeah, Jeff said it's $2,000. So Jeff is definitely getting something done because he said it's $2,000 every time he goes to this nurse Jackie or somebody. Who is it? Like nurse that. Somebody. Nurse Jamie.
It's worth it.
Oh, somebody said it's worth it. It looks good.
I've seen it look good on some people. Like I think Kendall Jenner, Kylie, whatever her last name is.
Oh, they've all done it?
They've done the cat eye thing.
I had never even heard of it until Jeff talked about it.
No, it's been going on for about 5 years. 5 years.
Wow, I'd never even heard of it.
Yeah, because it's an easy, cheaper solution to a facelift.
The idea of hooking something. Hi, Stu. We're talking about threads, which is grossing us all out. We hope you haven't done it. And I don't think Stu's done it.
He doesn't need it.
Oh, Marty will take me to get threads. Oh, hell no. Hell no. Tell us about Thanksgiving, Chef Stu. We're dying to know.
I'm inviting you. You can ignore it. If you want to come on, come on.
Yeah. The idea that the threads like.
Hello?
Right there. Hi.
You're dark. I don't see you.
There you are. I'm in a car. I'm going bowling tonight.
You're going bowling? With who are you going bowling?
I'm bowling with my friend Ronnie.
Oh, Ronnie. Oh, sweet. Awesome. I don't know why Sarah's frozen. How was Thanksgiving? Can you tell us anything?
It was super fun. Best time ever.
You guys look like you had a ton of food.
Like so much food. Everything was great. Like Ronnie came with me and it was so fun. We had such a blast.
Oh, that's awesome. I'm glad that you guys got to do that. I don't know what happened to Sarah. I lost her, but I hope you do well in bowling.
I know. It's been a while since I've done it, but yeah, it should be fun.
You'll do fine. Remember, don't go too far in the lane because then you might slip and fall and then you'll be sad.
Oh, I probably will. That's definitely going to happen.
I've done that a few times.
But I just wanted to pop on and say hi to you guys. But oh, hey, Sarah.
Hi.
But
have fun.
Yeah.
I grew up and I was a really good bowler, so I hope you win. I'm very competitive at
I'm
bowling.
all right. It's kind of hit and miss with me. Sometimes I'm like great, and other times I'm just like shit. But we'll see.
I'm not a good bowler.
That sounds fun. Oh, a lot of people are saying they had a Chef Stu Thanksgiving. That's awesome. I think a lot of people made your recipes.
So many people made my recipes. Yeah, they really did. Like a lot of people made them. I think the best one out of all of them was the green beans. Like everybody loved that.
Oh, that looked delicious.
They did.
Yeah. It was
I
really,
think the dressing
really
looks
good.
so good.
It was good.
Somebody named Sherilyn Barnes.
It's across the street. Is that okay? Sorry. Thank you. I'll get hit by a car. I have to get out of here.
Please don't get hit by a car.
I know, I think. But yeah, I'm going to take off, but wanted to pop in and say hi. But love you guys. Hope you have a great
Bye,
weekend.
Stu. Good to
Bye.
see you or hear you.
Bye.
Why are you in the dark? They're saying.
Oh gosh, why does Sarah keep freezing? I think he was dark because he was in the car. It's hilarious how your viewers spike. I know, exactly, Orphe. We get super popular for about 30 seconds and then they realize what the fuck we're doing and they leave. Stewie, where's my mac and cheese? Oh, Sarah, you're all frozen. Let's see if I can bring her in. There she goes. Bring her in one more time. One more time. Oh, let's try again. So for everybody else out there, do you have a favorite? Hi, Melissa. Melissa, I never see you on here, my dear. Melissa,
hello.
Oh, there she is.
Something whenever you would bring him on, and when it was saying I was blocked from doing live videos. I'm like, I'm not trying to do the live video. I don't know.
It was frozen for, I don't know why. Happy Thanksgiving, Melissa.
Yes, when Chef Stu comes on with us, all of his followers get notified. So yes, we are Jeff Lewis fans, and so we recap Jeff Lewis live every night at 6 o'clock California time. So if you're a Jeff Lewis fan and you want to stick around. We're chatting about today's show, which was pre-recorded. It was Tori Spelling and Megan on from Wednesday, but it was actually on today. So we were talking about threads. I think I'm done with that. I could never even try to get it done. I would like to hear from anyone that has had it done, like Marty saying her sister passed out, but she said it's worth it. I guess there's pain and beauty, right? Beauty is painful.
I don't know. What about
and way too expensive for me, $2,000. How often would you have to get that done?
I feel like that's super expensive. I feel like you could come down to like Santa Ana in Orange County and get it for like $800 in a parking lot. I mean, that's way too much money. I can't believe it would cost that much.
Okay, but I don't think Jeff ever gets a discount on anything. Like he never does those trades for things, but I also don't feel like he ever gets the best price on anything. So I feel like Tori would do a trade out with someone, but I also feel like so Marty says it's cheaper in Houston, but I also don't feel like Jeff would ever ask for a trade. Like, I don't think he would ever ask. He's mentioned that before in something. I don't remember what they were, but just like he doesn't know about Universal Studios, he could have put that on his Instagram, which he would have never, ever done, and gotten that VIP tour for free.
Well, now he's doing TiVo. I think before that, a lot of companies, sorry, Jeff, didn't maybe want him to sponsor them because he's kind of
asked
start, trying to figure that out.
Yeah.
Yes. Like, and how he got the alcoholic deal taken away for things that he said. I mean,
yeah.
Jeff doesn't care. He's rich.
I know he is rich. Is Thundershit's coming on here? He was already on. So if you look at the replay, you'll see that he joined us on his way to go bowling with a friend from the back of an Uber. So
Thundershits.
Yeah. I know, they're all like, wait a minute, I just got notified that Chef Stu was live. I'm like, you missed it. You had to get on right away.
Yeah, he's gone. What did you think? I cannot wait to see this video of Shane.
Okay, I wish they would post it. I would give anything to see this karaoke. It sounds really good.
They think they will. It's just we have to be on the lookout for it. That song is such a nasty song too. I like it. It's really filthy, dirty.
He bribed the people $100 so he could skip in line at the roundup.
Of course he did.
Patrick.
Hi, Patrick.
We're getting all the chumps on today. Oh, they're doing their house right now. They're in
I saw.
What's the state? Arizona. They're in Arizona. See if he wants to come on.
I did. I pushed it. I saw him post a picture about the kitchen. He said, "Can you believe this was our kitchen?"
Yeah. And then it looks like there's stairs underneath the carpet. They got hardwood floor, so that'll be good.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So are there, so the house they're doing right now is in Arizona? It's not their house in Tahunga or whatever?
No, and they talked about that when they were on Jeff Lewis. They talked about a house. Remember, this was the whole fight that they had, something about
Yes.
Money.
Contractor.
Taking out all the money for the contractor.
Yeah.
And then they were saying, no, we really trust him. And they were like, don't trust any contractor, family, friend. They might be the worst. Yeah.
Yeah, you cannot give somebody
Don't give all your money up front to a contractor.
No.
Sadly, lots of contractors have screwed people over for sure. What else? Did you like the Price is Right game? Jeff kind of knew some prices.
That was the most effed up game. I was like, did you? What's going on? What are they not understanding?
Okay, did they do all Amazon prices? Do you think Amazon was sort of like a sponsor for it?
No, they would have said Amazon a lot more times if it was a sponsor.
Oh, they said Amazon a lot. They even used Amazon milk. And I'm like, I didn't even know there was an Amazon milk. Amazon
What's
milk,
that?
2%. It's the brand. It's $3.99. And Jeff was like, that's a bargain. What are they talking about? Inflation. That's a deal.
What did you say? Something kitty knock off my titties? What was it? Sorry. I don't know. It's so stupid.
Now I forgot what it was. Titty. Speaking of titty, the DM from Mike that keeps talking about Megan's banana tits and what to put his tongue on her shit pipe.
What do you think?
Never hear tongue on your shit pipe. Way too. Now somebody's talking about.
What do you think a shit pipe is,
about her farts.
Sarah?
I know. There's been a lot of gross talk on Jeff Lewis Live lately.
What do you think a shit pipe is?
Your asshole, right?
I just wanted to make sure, because at first I was like, I wonder if people realize that's what he's saying. I love Mike. I think he's
Tough Titty said the kitty, but the milk wasn't dry or something like that. Yeah.
Oh,
thank you, Orphe.
Thank you. I've never heard that before.
I thought it was a really fun game. I loved it. Connect 4 is actually really cheap. $6.
Oh yeah.
I thought it'd be $14.99, like they said. It's a game.
Yeah, shit pipe. Ooh, no, and kids love that game. It's super easy. It's super fun. I need to get that for my classroom.
Okay, but I was just like Tori. I would have so many questions before answering. She was like, okay, is this like the yard Connect 4 that's like big, made out of wood, or is this the game? Like everything, she had so many questions about what it was. The Donna Martin t-shirt, she was like, wait, is this like on Etsy? Is this Amazon? Is this in the back of somebody's trunk? Like that's all going to affect what the price is, right?
Exactly, but I think they were talking Amazon. Just like, what would you go to get it? I would love a Donna Martin t-shirt.
$16.95. You can get yourself
Donna Martin graduate.
Who doesn't love Donna Martin? If anyone is on here and doesn't know what Donna Martin or who Donna Martin was, Brandon, Dylan, Kelly.
Ooh, I did not. You know, I will say there was not one cute guy on that show. Brandon, bleh, Dylan, bleh, Brian Austin Green. Bleh. I did not think.
God, I liked them all.
I want him dirty with tattoos and smelly.
Dylan wasn't a bad boy enough for you?
I didn't have any tattoos.
Oh, yeah. I don't think they would have had a tatted person in the 90s.
He passed away.
I know. It's like suddenly. Speaking of passing away, so did Slim Shady. The wild
the bunny.
The wild bunny rabbit. The wild bunny rabbit that Megan used to feed. And I hated Andrea too. She was just a know-it-all, too smart. I don't know. And she was like 30 at the time. She was like 30 years old playing like a 17-year-old.
Well, not only
that, oh my God.
So was Brandon. Brandon was like an old man. And I remember like when he started producing and directing the episodes, it was him hooking up with girls all the time. And I was like, stop. Stop, Brandon.
Oh, and then they mentioned the shout out about Donkey D's. And I'd made a video of that the other day. And I was like, is Jeff getting his news from my Instagram now?
You know what? I follow Donkey D's and it popped up and I was like, should I post that? No. I think that's
Somebody
sad,
sent
though.
it to me, so they probably follow it too, and they got it from there. Somebody sent it to me in a DM, and I said, "Oh, I'm going to make a story about this," and I did. So,
Yeah. I'm
but
sad I'm not going to be. It's actually, I thought it was Donkey D's, like Donkey Dicks. That's not what it is. It's Donkey Dogs. That's what the D is short for.
oh, okay.
Weird. I know.
Well, I think that's it. You want to end on music, and then we'll wrap it up. We tried, for anyone that's new, we do try to stick to about 35 minutes. It almost always goes to 37. And
Yes.
our replays air on our Instagram. They air on our YouTube channel, Jeff Lewis Obsessed, and Spotify as a podcast. So, and then we do Jeff Lewis stuff.
We had, I was going to say Mickey by Tony Basil.
Yes.
Hey, Mickey, so fun. And Madonna. Everybody get
Oh,
up.
that was today?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I love Madonna. I love that song. But remind us who's on next week. Because
I did not write down who was on next week.
I want to say it was Carrie on Monday and maybe
Carrie and Monica are Monday. Carrie and Monica are Monday. I feel like Brandy and Julie are back.
Yeah.
You know who's back? My brain went blank.
When does he leave for New
Somebody's
York?
back that hasn't been on in a while, but I didn't write them all down yet. I'll post it on Sunday who the guests are for next week.
When does he go to New York? Not till like December 7th?
He's in New York December 1st through 5th. That Monday through Friday, he'll be doing all of his shows from there. And we have those guests. We have that guest lineup already too.
But wait a minute. November 30th is Wednesday, so December 1st is Thursday.
Huh?
I don't think he's going to New York this next week. It's the week after.
No, he's not. I said December 1st.
But December 1st is Thursday of next week.
Maybe it's December 5th through December 9th.
Okay, that makes sense.
Wrong dates.
I was like, wait a
Wrong
minute.
dates. Then he's got the Long Island Medium, that Teresa Caputo.
That's right.
Caroline Manzo, Kate Chastain. She's going to be everywhere. I've heard her name back on everywhere. Yes, Megan Edmonds King is back on. I remember it was a person that hadn't been on in a while. Dorinda Medley will be on, then Margaret Josephs.
Nice.
Yeah. So.
Nice. Well, guys, thank you so much for joining.
And if you got on because Chef Stu did, thank you.
It's just
He's going bowling tonight. If you missed it, he was getting on our Instagram Live from his Uber.
Yes. All right. Well, we will see you Monday.
Yes. Kate Chastain. Yeah, I'm looking forward to her. She must have something coming up though, because she's on everyone's podcast, everyone's radio show soon. She's coming. She's doing a whole media tour.
I love Kate.
Me too.
She invented resting bitch face, and I feel like that's me.
Yeah, absolutely.
Bye, guys.
She did. Shout out, Chumpettes. Bye.
See you Monday.